We just got out of Cairo 45 minutes ago. It took us the full 40-minute period there to come back into the body. We came here fully lucid, and I was a little nervous about coming because the more lucid I am, the more dissociated I am when I leave. Whereas normally I came dissociated every time, so when I left there was some relief. Looking back and forth between one eye and the other triggers different parts of my brain. So, observing my life with the inside-out consciousness. Observed myself passing out. I got really giddy. I had to very specifically go down a mental path of allowing. No, I feel like I'm passing out. I had to go down a very specific path of allowing the disconnect, the disidentifying with my situation. And so it was, this is what I'm experiencing, and I'm here to learn about what I'm experiencing, not to say what I'm experiencing is who I am. Goddamn. Headphones back on. Now we're in a total triggered state. I'm much more easily triggerable right now, even though Felicity's here. I passed out from pain, but because I live with an inside-out consciousness, my conscious awareness didn't go, but my body went. And so I was still consciously aware that I was unconscious. And my mouth was like the jaw here was like droop lower, and then this lip, I can't even mimic it. It was curled up. Just the right part was something like that. It was curled up somehow. And my whole head was numb, specifically shooting in my ears were the tingling sensations. I'm grateful for my chiropractor. I'm grateful for these noise canceling headphones. I'm grateful for my insight. I'm grateful for my awareness. I'm grateful for these healing opportunities. I'm grateful it's a nice day out today. I'm grateful that I can adjust my plans to prioritize my health. I'm grateful for the support I have all over the world right now for this healing journey. I'm grateful to know exactly why I experience pain and what to do about it. So, passed out, my head, specifically my brain was tingly numb, and my head was tingly numb. I could feel the layer of tingliness on my brain, and then the layer above it, a level of tingliness on my head. Even now, you can tell when I'm talking, my mouth moves very little. It's still very shut down. It's really fascinating because my conscious awareness doesn't change. The extensive level to which I think in depth and observe in depth and retain these mindful things and connect the dots from what I observed a moment ago to what I'm observing now to what I've experienced in the past, that all remains intact completely. And yet I can observe these parts of my body going unconscious. And it's because I live with an inside-out conscious. Normally, the body would still be doing what it's doing, and it would shut down the brain so you don't feel it, and it wouldn't send the pain receptors up there and everything. And instead, my body's doing its own thing, and my brain's totally intact, and I'm observing it all happening. And all of this is through extensive meditation practices. I've been using meditation specifically within my chiropractic treatment since the very beginning. And once I could communicate that, then he was able to help me incorporate it. The other day, for example, he helped me incorporate a humming technique. It was his idea and everything. I was like, oh yeah, I use humming every day. And so it worked out really well with his observations about how, I know we get paranoid when people pull up in the car next to us. No reason to be paranoid. My little brave warriors are exactly where we need to be. And they don't have to understand. Yeah, I'll wait till you leave. So I had to go down a very specific path of disidentifying with the pain, otherwise I couldn't have power over it. And so I used all the meditation tricks in the book to get to a place where I was accepting where I was at, making the most of it, and working through every fear. So I'm like, well, I'm consciously unconscious. Like, people are going to interact with me as if I am conscious when I'm not in a capacity to accurately respond in that manner, and that could lead to some not good things. Like, that's a very terrifying, vulnerable feeling place to be, and it feels very powerless. Once I was able to disidentify with what I'm experiencing, it was putting in the perspective of what's happening, you know, growing curious, using all the mindfulness tools I've gained, collaborating with any parts present, working to understand what was happening, and using that and aspects of our spiritual practice to stay grounded in soul self as we continue to make observations about things. And so we were very much unconscious but aware. And so I could move my arm up and down, but I couldn't move my fingers, for example. And I could talk, but not like fully like move the mouth and stuff. So it was still like doing the thing where the jaw was down and the lip was up and like other weird stuff. My shoulder was really out. T1 was really out. We did skin rolling. That's what triggered the passing out. It wasn't just the adjustments. Skin rolling releases memories from the body for us. And so we did skin rolling, and the first section of it, we were passed out. And so through that, we were able to do more, though, because from that position, we were able to be conscious and communicate stuff, but not feel the pain that we were in. And to be in that higher level of conscious awareness and yet not feel the pain is new, because when the going on with normal life self typically dissociates, the brain disengages. But to be dissociated from the body without the intensity of mental dissociation, like there is still mental clarity, like that's a big deal. Like this is a huge fucking breakthrough. Like a ginormous, astronomically just fucking like earth-shattering, making sense of my, not even just my whole life, but like existence as a whole. Like so much about humankind makes sense through what I'm discovering here, and it's just like mind-boggling. I don't even know if I'll ever fully put it into words. Anyway, I'm still not fully conscious. That's why I'm just sitting here. I'm like nervous to drive. So we're just gonna like wait a minute. It's been a full hour since my appointment ended. I left for the appointment from home 2 hours ago. It's funny. Time is a crazy thing indeed. Starting to be able to move my mouth again. I couldn't do that before, so that's good. That means I'm more conscious. Good. All right, we're gonna continue exploring what it means to live with a dissociative identity, because my theory that started a little over a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, shortly after being diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder in 2017, is that living with a dissociative identity means that you live with your consciousness inside out. I'm so barely conscious that I couldn't read the menu. I couldn't clearly vocalize what I was thinking. I didn't know, I couldn't remember the thing I was trying to order, and then I was putting the car in the wrong drive. All sorts of weird stuff was happening. And I heard pull up to the second window, so I drove past where I was supposed to pay and had to like back up and stuff. I'm really out of it. This is like a whole different level of feeling. Like normally it's very obvious I'm not here, but here it's like I'm here, I'm trying to be here, but my body's not here. Normally my brain's not here, or like not here in the way I want it to be here, you know? It's not necessarily that I can't engage my brain, it's that I can't engage it in a fully functional, healthy, normal way. But here, I can think fine, but I can't get it to the outside, like at all. My whole everything's shut down. I think it's because the skin rolling release memory After today's intensive chiro, I came home and was just so out of it. I went to bed for the night at like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Like I was in bed for the night at like 5 and I fell asleep like 6 or 7. And then I woke up at 11:30 and like had nearly my full night's sleep already, so now I'm like really out of it. The depression is really, really bad. Normally the dissociation is worse than the depression, and so it's a very strange feeling. I think that there's some integration happening though, and I'm trying to just take it easy during this time. But it's hard because like I normally cope with depression by like engaging in projects and stuff, and I'm just not in a position to do that. So coping with the depression feels a little bit more challenging than typical. But I'm grateful for the resources I have and that I can take this time to cope and not drown. And we will see what tomorrow has in store.